In the new Fox show, Grandfather, John Stamos plays a suave, handsome restaurant owner who is very surprised to learn that he has not only a son, but also a granddaughter. The series also stars Josh Peck and Christina Milian, who join us this morning to talk more about it. Hey there.
Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Happy to have you both with us. Josh, I'll start with you. So you kind of reveal this information to John Stamos' character. So in a matter of seconds, he finds out he's a dad and a grandfather.
Exactly. I mean, I sort of can still not believe that I even resemble John enough to play his son. I want to reach out to like 13-year-old chubby Josh and be like, listen, bro, one day you're going to play John Stamos' son, so it's all going to work out.
Things are going to look up for you.
Yeah, I basically show up in his life and completely explode it by telling him, I'm your kid. Oh, and I have a kid, so you're an instant grandpa.
I love it. So the whole show is really about him kind of coming to terms with this. You know, he's a successful businessman, a ladies' man, and now he's a father and a grandfather, and what does he do with that?
Well, I think he's sort of trying to deal with all the responsibility that's just been thrust upon him. And what's really interesting is, like, on the show, I have a single mom. He becomes the single dad that had no idea. Christina and I are sort of in this amicable separation, or never was, but we have a kid together.
Right.
So it sort of investigates all these different family systems that are so relevant to today, but we do it with a really funny sort of angle, don't you think?
Yes, we do. I think the show, it's like, you know, each character is so distinct. They're so funny, and like the way that each storyline, how they've all come together, has just been so funny. I think that people are going to have such a good time and such a good laugh when they watch the show together. It's very endearing, and it's real, and it's honest, and it's cool, and it's like life is all about learning. So yeah, it's great. We're all learning about ourselves as well as each other.
Speaking of learning, I think we have seen a couple glimpses of your adorable daughter running around. Did you use that learning?
That's Violet. Say hi, Violet.
Hi, Violet.
Say hi. She was in the other room, but I've been in here this whole time, so I brought her in. I thought she was just going to chill out for a second. These are what the tales of being a single mom is all about. Sometimes, you know, you got to figure out different ways to make it happen, and that's what life is all about now.
And make it work. And I'm sure you took some of what you've learned being a mom into this role as Vanessa.
Yes. You better believe it. As Vanessa, one thing, it's like when you have a baby, there's nothing like that bond that you have with your child, and you'll do any and everything, and you'll risk anything for them. And it also just teaches you to see the world with new eyes, and just have fun, and just not even worry. No pressure, you know. At the end of the day, it's just great to have a kid and just learn life all over again.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's about family, and that's what we see here. These relationships, of course, that are building.
Family is key, for sure.
Yeah. And Josh, so you and John, obviously your characters kind of learn a little something for each other as part of the show, but offset too? Would you say you guys, you've kind of learned something from one another?
Oh my gosh, I mean, John's so sort of generous with everything that he does, and you know, he's classic. And if you think of, like, no one has a bad word to say about John, and I think that's a real testament to the way he carries himself and sort of the way, you know, how long and respected his career has been. And he's sort of a robot. Like, he's never tired, he's never hungry, he's just a pro no matter what. Except here's a little insight, the font on his phone, huge. He has dad font.
Really?
So I'm like, oh, thank God. At least you're like not completely perfect.
Okay, so something's happening there to signal that maybe he's getting a little older with the eyesight. Still looks really good though for a grandfather.
Yeah, he definitely, he makes one very, very hot grandfather.
Well, we are so excited about the show, Grandfather. It airs Tuesdays on Fox. Thanks to both of you, Josh and Christina, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.